All right, what up? It's Shankster94, and welcome to my monthly Q&A number 35, featuring number one zombie killer, Feargale the Fearless. What's up, man?
Doing good. Very good.
Awesome, awesome.
Awesome,
So
awesome, awesome,
this is a
awesome.
I'm echoing back in your mic
Sorry.
for. That's okay.
Sorry. I was playing back I'm making sure to keep an eye on the chat through YouTube.
That's all good. So this is a great place for you guys to ask questions, receive answers, communicate with each other, yada yada yada, and possibly witness, the one and only known troll. But we'll see. And yeah, this is the second to last live Q&A I will ever do on YouTube. So got to live the hype up whenever we can. Of course, really looking forward to the next and final Q&A that I have planned, because I plan on featuring anyone who participates in my Discord server during that Q&A. So it's going to be a hell of an awesome bash. But for now, let's enjoy this last more casual Q&A and see what we get. All right. So let's see. Do we have anyone in the chat yet? No, there is no one. We are pretty slow going right now.
We got four. Here's Manu.
Manu, hey. Awesome. It's going good, Manu. Glad you could join us. Alex Santos, hello. Hello to you too, man. All right. Well, I just check my voice levels here. Coming in good. I saw Fairgales coming in was fine too. Yep. Sure was good. I notified everyone in my Discord server like literally a minute ago, so hopefully we'll start seeing some more faces here soon. Yeah,
I'm sure we will.
I'm not gonna start the timer until we get a legitimate question. If anything, it'll just be a one-on-one between me and you, Fairgale.
Supposedly. I mean, I don't have that many questions to ask myself, although I actually was able to come up with a few new ones.
Nice. All right. Check the analytics. Yeah, only 2 concurrent. Oh, no, 5. 5 concurrent viewers. All right.
Me included, of course.
Right. Manu, at first you were only going to chime in because you had an activity, but it's been delayed by 3 hours, so you're good. Cool.
How convenient.
Well, ask a question,
Hey,
man. Manif, hey. Hello, MFs. What's up, man? Long time no see. I know, we're not talking very much anymore. I hope you're doing good, dude. Been a very long time, you're right.
Yeah.
Man, hopefully you could try to pop into the final Q&A next month, like somehow. I mean, I know you're on my Discord server, but I haven't seen you really active in there, really. Nothing against you. I mean, I don't know what you're doing in your personal life, but just saying.
Would be awesome to have all of you. Would be nice to have you along with everyone else there.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Yo, Manif. Man, you know a name I've been missing, who he popped up a couple months ago just saying what's up, how you been, but Marat Balamza, who remembers that name?
Heard that name.
Yeah, that's one I've missed. Man, if you're still watching, just busy with university. Oh, cool, dude. Then, yeah, by all means, stick with that, dude. That's important in life, man. I'm glad, though, that you're doing that. It's awesome to hear, dude. You will finish this week. Sick, man.
Cool, this is perfect. Oh boy. Oh boy, here comes Lucy.
Manu's like, that's the 2 manliest boys here. Manu and Manif. That's awesome. All right. Come on, let's get some questions in.
Well, I'll start.
Yeah, you can, man, for by all means.
Hey, Hellmaster.
Hey, see you, dude. Left my ass off, Manu. Mana, if you remember, probably Marat from the good old days. Yeah. Yeah, every couple of years or so, I'll go through a transition of like close followers and subscribers, basically. It's just evolution, I guess. All right, Manu, actual question. Okay, let me get the timer ready then. Start. Here we go. 2 hours. Since there's been a lot of silence surrounding Resident Evil 8's DLC, when do I think it'll go up and what do I think it'll have? I honestly have no idea. It's still like just pure speculation. I'm not like one of those people who are just constantly whining to Capcom and Resident Evil. It's like, drop the DLC already. I'm waiting patiently for it. I'm hoping they're nurturing it or something like that. What I'm hoping it'll be really is Chris's side to the village stuff. I think that's my number one hope, more or less. Beyond that, maybe, yeah, just depicting what happened to the village prior to Ethan's arrival would also be acceptable. I don't know who the playable character would be then if we did that though, like Louisa, I guess. But yeah, just stuff like that. The whole thing that where Ada was supposed to be in Village, but that was ultimately scrapped. I mean, if they resurrected that, maybe I would be kind of okay with it. Although personally, I don't think Ada should be in a game unless Leon's in it. That's just personal preference. But yeah.
Yeah, true.
But yeah. As of when, I can't say. Alright. Mana, if you have a question, what's the most thing I am excited about? Maybe like in terms of Resident Evil, I would say when they finally drop RE-verse, maybe something like that. Looking forward to an announcement of new news. I've been on Twitter a lot lately, and when it comes to the official Resident Evil channel and Capcom official stuff, it's like almost every time they make a post, it's like 90% of the comments are like, stop lying to us, Capcom. Like, drop your DLC or your new stuff already. It's like, God, the Resident Evil community is full of babies, I have to say. Alright.
By the way, I actually had asked a question previously before Manu's question. I didn't say anything.
I'm sorry, dude. Let me get up to that. When I was a kid, what toys did I collect? A variety of like different cars, maybe little figurines from. Man, it's been a long time. It's kind of hard to say. I did have a toy or a toy box full of plastic stuff, many different kinds of things. Used to occasionally just dump the whole thing out and just go through it all and then clean it back up. It's a little OCD thing. Let me see. Toys. I did own a few like little buildable racetracks, like plastic ones. There was like a Sesame Street themed one, and then there was a Hot Wheels themed one, and even one that had a loop. So it was pretty awesome. Yeah, it's typical kind of stuff like that. I was a very typical like 90s baby, 2000s kid. Yep.
Nice.
That was a good question. Let's see. Next few months. Yeah, man, if it basically applies to what I answered. Hellmaster, you finally 100%ed Resident Evil 3 Remake. You're no longer touching that game. It was a struggle, but it was worth seeing the rest of the models and concept art. Good for you, man. I presume that game's not too difficult to 100% considering how, short it is. But, yeah. Man, if you got something to tell you, you got your PS5. Ooh, nice, man. You're at 9th generation now.
Mhm.
Wyatt would be pissed about that.
I'm still debating on whether I should get a PS5 because I want to play that. There's going to be a Horizon video game on the PlayStation VR 2,
Ooh.
but it's only been announced. So maybe I'll wait. Maybe about a year until I sign up to get one.
Nice.
I'll sign up to have the chance to get one.
Alright. Congrats, Hellmaster from Manu. Retsopolis Rabbit. Hey, man. Sorry you're late. Hope everyone is doing fine. You think the last few years of live streaming was worth it? Yeah. Live streaming in general? Absolutely. Live streaming is one of the funnest things to do in my life these days. A live audience. I'm interacting with you guys. It's utterly awesome. And that's why I love those streams where I'm just casually playing a Resident Evil game so much, because I'm doing two things that I love at the same time. So yeah. I want to do more of those streams, honestly. I need to do one for like Code Veronica Remake and Zero, something like that. Alright, Hellmaster, you won't be here long. In about 40 minutes from now, you have to go to work. All good, dude. I'm glad you tuned in for whenever you can. That's all I require from anyone and everyone, each and every time. Alex Santos, do I have a favorite game? Well, I guess I'm only assuming you don't watch my channel all that often, but it should be pretty obvious what my favorite game in general is. It is Resident Evil. Specifically, OG Resident Evil 2, 1998. That is my all-time favorite game. Alright, I'm actually losing the top of the chat, so I gotta change the way I look at it. Here we go. Yo, how's everyone doing? Aaron Williams asks. What's up, Aaron? Alright. Manu, just about any major community has plenty of toxic crybabies. Resident Evil is far from the exception, far from the exception, sadly. Oh well. Yeah, I know. It's like that. I never really witnessed it until I expanded my horizons on Twitter, really. Alright. Manif, by the way, it's your birthday today. Blessed to be 23. Oh, happy birthday, dude. What a coincidence. Alright. And just reminding everybody who's watching, Feargill's in here too, so don't be afraid to ask him specific questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got one. Yep, you got this and last Q&A's chance. Otherwise, you'll never know a damn thing about me.
Nice, man. Alright, hello, happy birthday. AG22, sup people, couldn't miss this. It's glad you're here, dude. Alright, Dr. Dre, Leon Kennedy, hey, Shane. What's up, man? Glad you could make it. Mana, thanks, Manu. Feargale, happy birthday. Mana, going back to your study. You have to finish your semester on 419. Okie dokie, man. Well, glad to see you stop by. Thanks for that. And
good to see you again, man.
Honestly.
Hopefully we can chat again.
Seriously. Alrighty. Sonar617. Hey guys, Shank, Fear, Happy Face. What's up, man?
I knew there was somebody named Sonar as one of your subscribers. When I saw on the Discord someone named Sonar had come in, I was thinking, oh, does that name sound familiar? Now it's confirmed.
There you go. Yeah, he's been around for a while, I think. He just maybe not as active as other subscribers, but I definitely knew he was a sub, so it was all good. Alright. Aaron Williams, first question from you. Have I seen, or have we seen, either one of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies? If you've seen the second movie, please don't say anything about the movie. You're going to see it on the 19th, no spoilers. I, myself, have not seen either of them. I have ample opportunity to see the first one, since it's on, like, HBO Max or something. I just haven't took the time to click on it.
I have watched the first movie. I thought it was pretty good. I've heard plenty of good things about the sequel.
Me too,
I
actually.
haven't watched the sequel myself. I plan on seeing it.
I've also seen a lot of controversy. It's like, basically, if you're hoping for more live action actors, you're gonna be disappointed. Apparently, it focuses on the main characters as it should. So,
Yes.
all right, that's the only spoiler, which is hardly a spoiler that I'll give. But okie dokie. AG22. Are both of us disappointed that Remake 3 didn't have a Python revolver? Yeah, maybe a little bit, considering the original Resident Evil 3 had the, like, Model 629 or whatever it was called, so...
629.
Yep. So, it should have been that again, honestly. That would have been nice to see that in RE Engine form.
It would have been quite a missed opportunity to see a revolver in RE Engine.
Yeah, because, well, besides, now that we got Village, of course, with the Wolfsbane, that is now officially the first revolver seen in the RE Engine, but I want a more classic, stainless steel revolver or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Python or an Anaconda or a freaking Taurus Raging Bull or something.
Yeah.
All right. Or the M500. Hell, I want to see that in our engine.
That'd be baller.
The hand cannon, dude.
That would be baller.
For remake. Please do it. All right.
Didn't you say the hand cannon in RE4 kind of resembled the Magnum in Remake 1?
It does just a little bit in terms of like size or the girth of the barrel, more or less, but it's only because it has a laser pointer in Resident Evil 4, so it makes it look like it's a fat barrel. But if you took the laser pointer off, it would actually look more like the actual M500, I think. All right. That was a good question, AG. All right, Retsopolis Rabbit. About the Village DLC, what would we want it to be, a better not a hero scenario? And if so, what would you carry over? Upgrades, multiple weapons, etc. So yeah, that's basically what I would like it to be, is like another not a hero, just featuring Chris's side of the story. As for the weapons, well, you gotta keep his Dragoon and his pistol that he has, the USM AI, but other ones?
Remember those weapons that all squad used?
Yeah.
We couldn't use ourselves. They'd be featured in this DLC. If that were the case.
That would actually be a good option to see. Resident Evil does that a lot. It'll feature other weapons, but they're not actually usable. I've always contemplated if I should depict those in my weapon reviews of the future. It's like, here are other weapons in the game that you can't use, but let's just check them out real quick or something. But I wouldn't really know how to describe them since I'm not an actual gun buff, So, as for upgrades, yeah, I would just carry over the formula of the regular game, more or less. Aaron Williams, thoughts on E3 being canceled? At first, I thought that was an April Fool's joke, but I guess not. Well, personally, I don't follow E3 that much, so it's not a huge loss for me. But I could see where, yeah, I could see where it takes a hit to the gaming community, people who really look forward to stuff. So I think the overall aspect of that happening is kind of shitty.
I just wait for the trailers to come out afterwards.
Yeah, same. All right, Hellmaster. Oh boy, something's coming in. Hold on, I'm gonna hide.
Oh, lovely.
I'm hiding the notification so that doesn't even pop in. I knew immediately that wasn't legit because she never participates in that. So there you go. We're not even gonna acknowledge what just happened. So moving on.
She'd still beat the shit out of him.
For a simple. Okay, here we go. Yep. First question to both of us from Hellmaster. Would we prefer to shoot Barry's 44 Magnum or the Resident Evil 2 Remake Lightning Hawk with the extended barrel and the red dot sight? Uh,
Lightning Hawk. I mean, Desert Eagle. It's Desert Eagle.
right.
I mean, not to be petty, but I would definitely fire that bad boy.
um, me personally, I'm going with the other option. I would love to shoot Barry's 4-4 Magnum. That would be that
Okay.
would be sick, honestly. It's like I want to say that was the Silver Serpent before, or no, it's called the Silver Serpent. While Leon's handgun is called the Silver Ghost.
Huh.
All right. First, for a rather simple question, Manu, favorite headshot moment in a cutscene for the series? You're asking both by default, unless otherwise specified. That's usually the way it works. So favorite cutscene headshot? I Helena's headshot to Simmons in Resident Evil 6 is pretty epic through in proportions. Other than that, would you count Billy's like Magnum shot to the Queen Leech? I mean, because I don't know if that necessarily is the head he hits, but it's more like the body, so I don't know if that counts. But
I don't know if that really counts though, because it looked like it just. Plus, it goes through. Plus, it goes through the Queen Leech
yeah.
because the Queen Leech's body is all dried out from the sun.
Jill's headshot from the helicopter to the Magini at the end of Desperate Escape is pretty epic too, of course. Man, these are all pretty good candidates. Yeah. Oh, there's Leon's headshot in Resident Evil 6 to President Bedford zombified. So,
For me, it would have to be the very first cutscene headshot.
which is what exactly?
Let me take care of this. Bam.
Oh, of course, Barry in Resident Evil 1. He takes some 3 shots, unfortunately, but yeah.
Still decapitates a zombie.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm ultimately gonna go. I'm going with Helena's headshot in Resident Evil 6. I think that's the coolest one. All right. That was a good question, honestly. AG22. This question has probably already been asked, but favorite door keys for each Resident Evil game. Main games only. Oh, boy. For Resident Evil 1, it's the helmet key for me. For 2, it's the heart key. For 3, it's the Chronos key. For 4, it's the insignia key. For I skipped Code Veronica. Shit, I don't know keys very well off the top of my head when it comes to that game.
Which game?
Code Veronica. Like I don't know. I'm just gonna say prison key if that even. Yeah, that doesn't have very memorable keys if you ask me. 5. Do you get keys in 5?
I think you do, like maybe once or twice, but I don't remember them.
I know it's like beyond 4. It starts becoming really transparent, and then they bring it back, like starting with Village or something like that. So
7. No, 7. It started with 7.
7. Yeah, that's what I meant. Biohazard, not Village. But yeah, so I'm gonna skip 5, 6, and the Revelations because I can't even remember the keys in all those games. But 7, the Crow key, only because I know it leads to the grenade launcher and other rooms. And then Village, it's the final version of the Unborn key, whatever that is. The 6-winged Unborn key. Yeah. That's a pretty cool key. All right, there you go. Cool. Do you want to answer that, Fairgo?
Oh, well, I personally like all the memorable keys in particular, but I guess for 1, the sword key, 2, maybe the diamond key in 2. Now, you know what? I think the Chronos key, even though I didn't play the original Resident Evil 3, I tried to, but the disc was kind of scratched when I got it. But the Chronos key was pretty cool. Was pretty damn cool. Um, wasn't there a Los Illuminados key in 4?
Yeah, there was an insignia key that had the Los Illuminados logo. It was like designed after it.
All right, I'll choose that one. I
That
choose that one.
yeah.
Um, can't really answer for 5. I don't think you ever got any keys whatsoever in 6. For 7 would have to be the Scorpion key because of how cool it looks with the Scorpion on it.
Sure.
And for Village, yes, definitely the six-winged Unborn key. The Iron Insignia key coming a close second there.
Nice. All right. Um. Okay. Retsopolis Rabbit. To Ophir, are you now? Am are you now my one and only?
Basically, however, that doesn't have to be the case. Feel free to become another one of Shanks's patrons.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
have
like
to be this way all the way. Come on now.
starting at just $1 a month, man. It's like, all right, yeah. In that aspect, kind of. I'm never gonna address them like. Well, at the end of the videos, I do say one and only active patron sometimes. If it it's sort of just to spite Wyatt, more or less. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day I'm gonna knock it off. AG22. Also, which key after you have chosen the best one? All out. Which key?
Me?
Oh, which key after you've chosen is the best one out of all? So, out of all the favorite keys, which one is the ultimate favorite? Man, in terms of design, I really do love that that six-winged unborn key in Resident Evil 8. But
Why?
because it just has so much to it, and it's like the first key in the series that you actually add. Well, there have been keys that you combine, but not on that level. Like that one updates like 4 times, so it's pretty interesting. It's like an evolved key. But ultimately, I mean, this is just time bias and stuff, but the heart key from Resident Evil 2 probably is my ultimate favorite. It's the one I would love to have in my hand as a prop or something like that. All right. Retracted message from Alex. Sonar617. Yeah, you trying to be a bit more active. You do love my content. Yeah, Sonar, it's all good. Aaron Williams, did we watch the Oscars and what are our thoughts about Chris Rock? And said, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. AKA, what are your thoughts about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock? I just think that whole thing was blown out of proportion, and like, I feel like it shouldn't have gone down the way it did. It's like, like, what I thought was weird was the fact that Will Smith laughed initially at the joke. So why did he then simp to freaking, Jada?
Because apparently he got a bit of a bad look from Jada, and that's when he changed his reaction. People saw.
Yeah. I mean, Jada made a face, of course, but then I saw like a secret angle of it where it's like you could see her reaction to the whole ordeal. I mean, she kind of laughs as it's unfolding or whatnot. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just about the whole thing, honestly. But the fact that he's like banned now from the Oscars for who knows how long, I mean, I guess that's something he has to deal with.
Kudos to Chris for maintaining his composure the whole time.
That's true.
And for not actually pushing anything against, and not for pushing anything further against Will. Gotta say, good on him. Very good on him.
Yes.
That makes me love Chris Rock even more. He can be. You see, you can still be a comedian while still being professional.
Absolutely. There you go.
I
And
mean,
that,
as dirty as comedians make joke times, like freaking George Carlin or Bill Burr, they're still gentlemen. Like,
yeah. All right. Um, let's see. Sonar, and you'll ask a curious question for the both of us. What Resident Evil weapons is your guys' favorite and why? Okay. The PRL 412 from Resident Evil 4 is my ultimate favorite weapon because it's seemingly the only weapon that can kill so many enemies at the same time, and it targets specifically what they're infected with. So it's a really neat weapon. I know a lot of games have the infinite rocket launcher, and you can take out, well, actually, in classic games, you can't take out multiple enemies like that because it's just prone to a single projectile rocket. It's not until like Resident Evil 4 where splash damage becomes a thing, and you can blow up multiple things at once. But yeah, the PRL 412 is just so cool. It's futuristic and it's ahead of its time that it shoot lasers like that. So that's ultimately why that's my favorite weapon.
oh,
So
I think my ultimate favorite weapon would have to be. I think it would have to be like it's either a tie between the M92 Samurai Edge or the Heckler& Koch VP70.
there you go. Good classic weapons, man.
Actually, no. Let's make it a three-way tie. M500 kicks ass too.
Did you name like specific reasons why those are your favorite weapons?
Oh the VP70 and the Samurai Edge are very iconic weapons, and of course the 500 is it's pretty damn powerful.
There you go. All right. Alex Santos, what is your least favorite character from Resident Evil? Ashley Graham from Resident Evil 4. It's just annoying, ear-bleeding bitch.
To me, it'd have to be Jessica. She's nothing but a bitch.
Yeah, that's true. She's my like second least favorite character. Jessica is sure a what, more like sure a twat. Oh man. All right, Aaron Williams, do you think we'll see the return of the hand cannon from OG RE4 in the RE4 remake? We better, honestly. We damn well better. It wouldn't be right if we don't, but you know what? Capcom has done some crazy shit, so I can't roll it out completely. All right, Sonar, you think Chief Irons had that kind of revolver in Resident Evil 2 Remake, but it was never playable. You were hoping it was an unlockable in Resident Evil 3 Remake, but to want, sadly, yeah. That's true. Irons does sport a revolver in Resident Evil 2 Remake.
It kind of looks like a revolver chambered in 38, judging from the barrel. And I believe also Annette uses a Glock. Or am I thinking of Darkside Chronicles? No, actually, no.
I'm trying to remember.
I might be thinking Darkside Chronicles, but then again, I'm pretty sure they also had incorporated that into Remake.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. Even though 2 Remake is my second favorite game of all time now, I haven't played it since I completed my weapon review. So it's already been like a couple years at least. Alright, so let's see. AG22, Resident Evil 1.5 walkthrough soon. That's come across my head several times. Like, one day I do need to feature Resident Evil 1.5 in some capacity. It's like whether I do just a straight walkthrough or a weapon review or something, I need to feature it. I don't know. Soon, no. It's not really on my agenda, but it is in my thoughts. And that goes for like a bunch of like modded fan games as well, or fan mods of established games, such as the Kendo cut for Resident Evil 2. All right, Retsopolis Rabbit. Do we want to see a lever action shotgun return to the series? Yeah, personal bias talking hard. I would love to see one, honestly. Like, have we not seen one since, like, at least Resident Evil 3 Nemesis with the Western Custom or something like that?
I think Resident Evil 3 Nemesis is the only time we've seen a lever action revolver. I mean, lever action shotgun.
But, yeah.
Actually, no. There is actually a lever action... there actually does exist a lever action, pistol, technically. There's forget what it's called. I think it's called the Volcano Pistol.
Oh, wow. But yeah, to see one modernized would be cool. Definitely. So AG22 to Feargale specifically, have you played the newer Doom games?
I have, yes, definitely. Played both 2016 and Eternal. I have not played the was it the Elder Gods DLC? I think it was something God. I haven't played the Gods DLC yet.
Yeah, Doom is an experience I personally have never actually gotten to. Also, AG22, which Resident Evil game do you think can pull off? Do I think I could pull off a speedrun? Any one of the classic trilogy, honestly. Probably Resident Evil 1 would be the first game I would try an actual speedrun on. Either that or Resident Evil 3. Because Resident Evil 2, it's complicated. It's like, yeah, you could have a single run, any A or B scenario, or of the overall game, but... yeah, I would do Resident Evil 1 to start.
In my honest opinion, I think the best RE game to speedrun is Resident Evil Village. Especially when you get the speed increase. That game is seriously, that game was way too much fun to speedrun.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Which Manu? Any obscure Resident Evil fact that you guys know about that not many people you'd care to share? Oh, okay. Let me read that again. Any obscure Resident Evil fact that you guys know about that not that many people you'd care to share? I mean, if not a lot of people had a chance to check out the Resident Evil 4 HD project, the Easter egg that's in there is pretty damn amazing.
I have one. It's also actually a rather obscure Easter egg. If any of you have known about the shoot the camera Easter egg in Resident Evil 2 DualShock Edition, that Easter egg is also in Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. It's available in the DualShock Edition, DualShock version, but it's that shoot the camera Easter egg is there too.
Yeah, which I personally never knew until you actually told me about it, and then I tested it out.
I even have a video. I even have a little video on it on my channel.
Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Here's another one for me. That HD project probably wasn't that obscure, honestly, but I do know one that is. And unless you've seen my channel, and been a part of it for a long time, you probably wouldn't even know about this. In Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, there is a glitch you can perform to make an invisible zombie. Specifically in the Raccoon City graveyard. When you get there and the zombies start digging themselves out of the ground, there's a specific section. It's like 2 of them come out. One comes in, and then about 1 second later exactly, another one comes up. What you're supposed to do is right when that first one starts digging itself out, you just aim at it and shoot a pistol shot. And somehow, it's like the data of the second zombie is there before it's supposed to be. So if you shoot right then and there, it actually lands a hit on that to be generated zombie, and he's in full form already, and it cancels the dig out animation. But he's there physically, but you can't see him. He's invisible. I have a whole video on this on my channel, of course. It's just called Resident Evil 3 Invisible Zombie Glitch. I even depict getting bit by it, head stomping or head kicking it, and dying from it, and it looks freaking hilarious. So, yeah, there's one right there. That's one of my best ones. All right. Okay. AG, to both of us, do know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or had Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards? I've heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never watched it or dealt with it.
I've heard of the name, don't know jack shit about it. Although, Titty Blaster knows a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh!
Good to know.
Or was it Chris Walker? I think it was either one of them. I think Flamingo Sama knows a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, I think.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure anymore.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, just some comment about that fiasco. AG22, favorite and least favorite Monster flavor. Okay. I really don't drink a whole lot of Monster. I've really only
drink Monster.
I've only
had any energy drink. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're okay. I've probably only drank 3 different flavors at most, and 2 of them barely count because they're the same flavor, just low carb. So I've had the original, I've had low carb, and I've had to. Maybe it was like lemonade flavor or something like that. But my favorite would be original. My least favorite would be the low carb. There you go. Also AG22. Order these: Monster, Rockstar, and Red Bull. I've had all 3.
I think you...
order these. And favorite, probably? Okay.
I think that's what he meant.
From most to least, I would go Monster, then Red Bull, then Rockstar. Aaron Williams, favorite meme. Oh man.
Hello there.
Like these days, God, I don't know what's currently trending when it comes to memes these days, but it's like
I know both Encanto and Turning Red are sort of getting parodied the shit out of.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
As a matter of fact, I recommend for those who are a fan of We Don't Talk About Bruno. So there's a YouTuber by the name of The Starfishy, and he made it, and they actually made a parody song, a parody version of We Don't Talk About Bruno called We Talked About Bruno. It is funny as shit, man.
Oh man. Okay, honestly, it's just one of those picture memes or something like that. It's the one where it's a guy looking behind his shoulder, making a face with his girlfriend like standing next to him, and he's looking at the ass of this prettier girl or something like that. That one. Alright. AG22, favorite film you have seen this year so far? Phew. Shit. To be honest, I'm not sure if I've seen any movie from this year yet.
I've only seen Lost City.
Yeah, it's like I almost have to go to Wikipedia and look at 2022 and film to know if I even did. It's like if no MCU came out this year yet, then definitely not.
I think there's Morbius.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so let's see.
Oh, it's not good.
Okay. I mean, if it's part of the MCU, I probably will tackle through it regardless because I'm a perfectionist, so I like to watch franchises in their entirety if I can. But
okay.
even the shitty ones. So
okay.
All right, list of American films in 2022. I, uh, oh, I did. Jackass Forever.
Oh, that's right. So that's right. I did too. I forgot about watching Jackass. Shame on me. Yeah, there. That's my favorite. That's my favorite movie I've seen this year. Holy
Definitely.
shit!
I think
I
that's
forgot.
I think that's the only one. Let me just make sure there's no one. I need to watch Moonfall seriously. But
I've only seen Jackass Forever and The Lost City. I do plan on going to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in theaters. Oh, as well as Lightyear.
hmm.
I'm especially eager to see Lightyear. Seems like many Toy Story fans are really helping hype up this movie.
Yeah, I realized there actually have been quite a few good movies released this year so far, and I haven't seen any of them. Like there's The Batman, um,
I heard that was pretty good.
like freaking Windfall, Lost City, like I said, Uncharted. Um,
Charter was released this year?
yeah, with Tom
Really? I
Holland.
thought it was last year. Interesting. I thought.
Yeah, it was in February 18th. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Uh, I heard that ambulance. Oh, and, well, just yesterday, we got Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. So, yeah, a lot of good movies coming out this year, in my opinion. All right, enough of that question, though. Good one. All right, Sonar. Yeah, yeah. Do you get keys? You do get keys in 5, but they're not all special like other games. Just keys to unlock doors. Yeah, they're not
Exactly.
memorable. Yeah. Aaron Williams, what was the first console you played and or owned? First one ever played for you was the PS2, and owned by you was the Xbox One S, which somehow broke. Ouch. Okay. So it's I've come across this question before, and it's tough to say because my family, like as far back as I can remember, my family did they owned the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. They also got the PS1. And I can't remember which one I experienced first, but considering the SNES was much older than the PS1, I can only assume that was the first one I was exposed to. So the SNES, but the first console that I owned, like, that was mine and whatnot, that I bought with my own money, wasn't until the Xbox 360. Yeah. The
Yeah, for me,
PS2. Like,
sorry, go on.
as a go real quick, like my parents bought me a PS2 before, so it's like it was mine, but I didn't buy it, so I didn't know if that counts for your question. But yeah, Xbox 360 was the first console that I bought with my own money. All right, now you can go, fair go.
First console that we had at the old house was the PlayStation 2. My dad got that. He gave his PlayStation 1 over to my to my uncle, but then he decided to drop it off to my grandma's. So but as soon as we were moving stuff out of my grandma's, I actually brought the PlayStation 1 back to our new house. This was time to mention. And then shortly after hooking both of those back up, because it had been a while since they were being used, I practically took them both out of hibernation. I think about maybe less than a year after I had come Christmas 2014 or 2015. Yeah, no, 2015. I had gotten the PS4 for Christmas.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. Hellmaster, the only key you remember from Resident Evil 5 is after defeating the first Chainsaw Majini in Shantytown. Ah, that is true. It's like an old gate key or something like that. Retsopolis Rabbit. Ain't it crazy that we now have 3 satellite laser cannons in the series? Yep, lasers are becoming almost like an element in themselves. Alright. Aaron Williams. If there was a Resident Evil game we could wipe from existence, which game would it be? Umbrella Corps?
Easy, Gaiden, because it's non-canon.
Yeah, that's fair. If not that, then Operation Raccoon City. Alright. AG22. Damn, forgot Resident Evil 6. Never had keys. Haven't played it in some years now. Yeah, me neither. Alright. Manu, you're currently still trying to get the Resident Evil 7 DLC unlocks. While you're here, anyone got tips for End of Zoe on Joe Must Die? It's been too long for me. I can't really help you. I myself used guides from YouTube, so that's all I can say.
I haven't played End of Zoe on Joe Must Die. You got me.
Anyone in the chat maybe can @ Manu. Retsopolis. Comment to your kitty, Feargal, I think.
Yep.
I know. Naomi's in here. She's just way on the side over there. You can't see her. Alright. Aaron Williams. Favorite shotgun in Resident Evil series? Yours, the Riot shotgun from Resident Evil 4. Overall, yeah, it's kind of similar to yours. It's any variant of the M3, of the Benelli M3 Super 90 or M4 or whatever. So riot gun, assault shotgun, however you want to call it, but it's that shotgun. The Hydra is a really close second. It's just 5 is the only game where it's formidable to me. Then freaking Revelations and 6 really make it weaker, and I don't like it. So
even though I'm not at that point in Resident Evil 4, would definitely be the Striker shotgun in RE4.
Yeah, that's a good one, honestly. Alright, Josh Cool. Most underwhelming weapon in the Resident Evil series. Either the Derringer from Remake, even though it has the firepower of a freaking rocket launcher or a hand cannon, you only get one shot. So it's like, I don't know. And it wastes a slot. It's either that, or there is a small snub-nosed revolver in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, but it only has the firepower of a handgun, really. So it is pretty disappointing. So I'm going to go with one of those two right there for my answer. What's the most underwhelming weapon in your opinion, Feargal? Like when you...
Well, I think many people can relate to this one. The rocket pistol.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good one. Like, it's almost not worth the requirement to get it, you know?
It's such a slap to the face. I wish they buffed that weapon.
It's like I've said a few times, it's better used as a box opener.
Box opener. Oh, what are you doing?
Hey. Alright. Yeah, she doesn't mind getting the spotlight, unlike mine.
No, she doesn't.
Alright. Let's see. And for a random one, Manu, favorite grenade in the series? Oh, it has to be any explosive hand fragmentation grenade of sorts. Specifically, I
Hell out of the way, silly.
I like Resident Evil 4's hand grenade. I like the explosion sound effect.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that's really awesome. If you put it right under Magini, he just explodes to bits, and it creates that sound. That's so satisfying. All right, Retsopolis Rabbit. Yeah, you still need to set up the Patreon thing. Sorry about that. Ah, that's okay, dude, but when you do, feel free. Like, you'll get a shout out. You'll get a shout out at the end of every video, like Virgo. And people who do and then stop at some point will still get a shout out because I'm that generous and will shout them out too. That's why you see those other individuals. But if you're a complete and utter dickwad to me ever in life, then you lose it. AG22, still haven't played Resident Evil 7 DLC. Is it even worth it? Yeah, it really expands on the backstory and everything. Like all the little scenarios, and then the two bigger later added ones, you know, Not a Hero and End of Zoe. They're all pretty awesome. You should.
Yeah, I say it's very much worth it. I mean, if you already have the game itself, you get a lot. I think you get a little more bang for your buck if you got the gold edition of Resident Evil 7. If you already have but if you already have the game, it's still worth it to get the DLC.
Yeah. If anything, I'll say this. If you're not a fan of the action-y Resident Evil games like 5 and 6, you probably could live with skipping on Not a Hero, but you really should get End of Zoe. Because it's freaking fun to play as Joe Baker and use his fists, man.
I mean, that's debatable for Not a Hero because it's free.
Yeah, you do have a point there, I guess.
Yeah, because it's free. They did say at the end of the game there was and Not a Hero was going to be free.
All right. Aaron Williams, Resident Evil death that shocked you the most. For example, in Resident Evil 4, you tried to knife that spider parasite while it was still connected to the Ganado, and you missed, and it bit your head off. See next part. So you're talking about the second, like the centipede, like Plaga or whatever it is. You didn't know what they could do, and you didn't think it was that low health. You could die in one hit. You were so shocked, and you just ended up screaming, "What?" And your mom told you to be quiet. That's
I can
hilarious.
relate to that, Aaron. I can relate to that.
So Resident Evil death that shocked me the most, like in that sense. Ooh, man, digging really deep into my memory banks here. Might be tough to answer.
There has to be a death like that.
There is. I don't know if I can recall it. The one that just completely baffled me, and I'm just like, it's like a recent one you could say is Resident Evil. When I played Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the Tetralogy, when I died from Nemesis's acid spit right at the very end there. I did not know it did that much damage, and my health was that bad.
Oh, what about the time when you were going through Triple 3? You got insta-killed by the acid from the Ivy.
Resident Evil 3...
Resident Evil 2.
2.
You were playing extreme battle mode as Chris on level 3, and then you got hit by it.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. I actually forgot about that. I had full health, and it's like, I think, and it was like one fucking hit. I'm like, oh, excuse me? You're right. That is it. That is one right there. Extreme battle mode. The Ivy's acid like somehow had 1000% damage and just floored me. That is a good one. There you go. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Thoughts. Okay, AG22. Fan of Tetris? I like to play it occasionally. I don't play it all the time, not even close, but it was a fun fear kill. He's not afraid to show his enthusiasm. keep going. Enough said. No.
I have more. I have I also have Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 and 2 on PS4, Tetris Effect on both PS4 and PC, Tetris Plus on Tetris Plus and the next Tetris on PS1. I also have Tetris Worlds on PS2.
Oh man, dude, Tetris fanatic here.
I'm pretty. I mean, I'm pretty good at Tetris. But you should see some of the top. You should see some of the top people who.
Oh,
Like I look up Wumbo and Doremi, Doremy. Those two are hella good.
yeah, they could probably just hold down on the control pad and still do it flawlessly, you know? Oh, man. I have searched before, like, Tetris records and stuff like that, and it is pretty insane how coordinated they are and how they just do it. But, yeah. Oh. Okie dokie. So after the Tetris, AG22, thoughts on those green bioweapon launcher rounds from Resident Evil Code Veronica? So the BOW gas rounds. That gets brought up from time to time a lot. And I think their use, a lot of people are confused about, but it's all it does is when you fire off a round, that enemy in the room, you're gonna completely halve its health point value. That's exactly what it does. It cuts the health points in half, and if you spend all 3 rounds, then essentially you have divided their health down to an eighth. So that's why it's best used for like the Tyrant plane fight, most people say. So
Fight more like puzzle.
yeah. So my thoughts on it, I think it's a cool little round like that. It's like once you understand it, it comes in very handy for specific situations. All right. Just so you know, some people don't, a lot of people don't notice because they probably won't bother to play this game, but the BOW gas rounds make a reappearance in Resident Evil Gaiden, but
I was gonna mention that.
its function is slightly different. It's more understandable. It just completely floors all the enemies in the room when you use a round. So there you go. And there's a glitch in that game to where you could infinitely use it. I'm pretty sure I exploited it in my full play. But yeah. All right, Aaron Williams, you didn't know they could do and didn't think you were that low health you could die in one hit. You were so shocked that you ended up... Oh, I already read that. Never mind. Chrono Defying Ninja. Hey, I don't recall if I've ever seen you here before. If you have, I apologize. If not, though, welcome. To both of us, for OG and remakes, Mr. X versus Nemesis, in a battle to the death. Let me turn that on. Okay, because that's from someone we love.
Headshot.
All right, real quick, I'll get to your question, Chrono, but real quick, I gotta read the super chat. Titty Blaster 69, aka Anthony Usiri, donated $10 to the super chat. Thank you very much, man. Extreme Battle Mode Level 3 in Resident Evil 2 is complete misery, especially when Capcom just said, yeah, it's a good idea to spam G4 Birkin in every room. Yeah, man. Holy shit. Thank you very much for the donation, man. It's always a pleasure to see you in here and coming in with a bang like that. All right, but now back to Chrono's question. So Mr. X versus Nemesis in a battle to the death. In your opinion, who wins and what's the kill shot for both OG and remakes? Okay, personally, I'm going with Nemesis for both because Nemesis has the ability to utilize weapons. Mr. X doesn't. Just that fact alone. Like, yeah. What's the kill shot? It would only seem fitting that Nemesis would rocket launcher his ass.
That's what I was thinking too.
Perfect. All right. That answers that. Manu Carrotman, to Feargale specifically, after a question, be like, oh, it's my turn. LMAO.
I was setting myself up to answer AG's question on Tetris.
You answered it in such an awesome way. You just no words, just smile right at the camera and just bring it all in, dude. All right. Retsopolis Rabbit. Are you glad they never brought back the 0 item management? Love Rebecca, but that was a headache. I see. Where you have no item box, instead you had to drop items and then pick them back up. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't bring that back. That is one of the worst inventory management systems I've ever seen. Yeah.
To make a good challenge.
It does, that's for sure. And it's unique, but I'm glad they kept it to just one game.
Exactly.
Although technically you can sort of replicate that in Resident Evil Outbreak, but it requires you to swap items out in order to do that. You can't just simply drop items. Alright. Sonar needs a moment to process all. It's okay, though.
That's from that. He's adding on to what Manu said.
I see. Aaron Williams, what do y'all think is more hated in Resident Evil? Steve Burnside or Ashley Graham? In the community's eyes, shit, I feel like Ashley is still more annoying to the general public.
So too.
Yeah.
See, as annoying as Steve can be, at least he can fight. That's the good thing.
Yes. Josh Cool, what's a weapon we don't mind seeing getting a different weapon model or a completely different gun entirely in the Resident Evil 4 remake? Maybe the Punisher pistol. Like, instead of making the FN7 or whatever it's called, I always forget what exactly.
FN57.
FN57, so close, but yeah. Make it a different pistol with piercing ability entirely. Like, I wouldn't mind that. AG22. Weird you mentioned Ashley Graham since she's the voice actress that did Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob. Yeah, that's true.
Caroline.
Yeah.
I think it's Caroline.
But Sandy is a much more lovable character. She's not annoying whatsoever. I love her in that freaking episode where SpongeBob and Patrick are dissing her state, Texas. That's one of the.
I was to bait her into going to the Krusty Krab.
All right. Fairgale, Zombie Kill, Herd Edition. Run them down with a monster truck. Or fire a modded PRO 412 that fries rotted brains. Huh. So if it fried their rotted brain, would their head explode?
You wanted to, yeah.
If that was the case, I would go with that modded PRL because we love headshots.
And we could probably see some sparks flying.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. Dude, it's like Resident Evil. One of the highlights of Resident Evil 3 remake actually is that freaking experimental.
Raiden.
Yes, the Raiden. That takes the headshot to a whole nother level because it's a fucking firework exploding their head, basically. Oh my god. All right. AG22, or no, sorry, Aaron Williams, what game that y'all thought was really hard at first, but then became really easy? For you, it was Code Veronica, was really hard for you, but after playing through it and try to get an A, it was pretty easy for you. That's a good question. One that I originally thought was hard, but then it became easier over time. Probably...
Silly.
Man.
Where are you going?
Now, if I go at any point in my life, it would be Resident Evil 1, because as a kid, it was utterly difficult, and I got stuck on a lot of parts for months, if not years. But then as I grew up and I smartened up, that game is so second nature to me, like the back of my hand. So in that aspect, that would be a good candidate. More recently, though, I probably would go with Resident Evil 4. Because, like, a lot of people take professional mode as pretty difficult, but you play through it enough times. I mean, and the only difficult part for me, then, is that fucking water section in Salazar's castle.
I think for me, when it came to really hard, for me, what game I thought was really hard at first was Revelations 2, but after bettering my aiming and such, and finding spots where there was more ammo, I was able to. Plus, having New Game Plus was a good start, so everything else seemed easier afterwards.
Real quick, I'm going to read something I noticed near the bottom. It's from Chrono Defying Ninja again. He said, been watching my content since OG full play Resident Evil. So that's like back to 2015, so pretty good. Watched all the weapon reviews too, and viewed a lot of my Q&A content. Rarely can or catch them live due to time zone difference. Plus 8 hours. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
So you're on the other side. You're like in Africa or Europe or something like that. Which I have quite a few fans actually who are on that side of the globe. So, yeah. But cool, man. I'm glad to see you're actually a diehard fan of some sort. So, sick, dude. All right. Back to where we were, Retsopolis Rabbit. There is really nothing wrong with the more military element of the second generation games, but has it gone too far with being too military? I mean, 5 and 6 really do that, and that's why they get a lot of slack, in my personal opinion. But too far with the military aspects? No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, look at the Raccoon Police City Police Stars unit. They're practically an elite police force.
Yeah.
They're sort of like military,
It's fair to say.
just on a lower scale.
Yeah. AG22, how many tries did it take for you to beat Tofu Fourth Survivor in OGRE2? To be perfectly honest, I personally never played it until I did my full play of Resident Evil 2. See, I was obligated to do it, so that's why I finally tackled it for myself. And I want to say I don't recall it taking that many tries. I think I was surprised with how I managed to get through it. It's because you only have a knife, and Tofu actually has like double, if not triple, the amount of health as a regular human. So you actually could just burst through real quick. And honestly, I can't remember how many times it took me. If it didn't take just one try, I don't think it took any more than 5, probably. Okay, I'm out of this water. All right, Aaron Williams. Even though you didn't get the A rank, but still, for Code Veronica, yeah. AG. Okay, back to Firgo. Which was better, 2016 or Eternal?
Where was it? Eternal. Definitely Eternal. Never have I seen such more intense gameplay in my life for a shooter game. That whole fight with the Icon of Sin at the end was intense, but it was the most fun I had in a game.
Awesome sauce, man.
It's actually make Doom Eternal one of my top 10 favorite games.
All right. Aaron Williams, favorite weather season? Winter for me.
Because it doesn't get too cold there.
Yeah.
You're lucky. And for me, it'd either be spring or summer. I would say summer because it's.
Because
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It's okay. It kind of cut out there, so I didn't really get the end part of what you said.
Oh, that was all I said. I just said my favorite season was summer, and that was it.
Okay, sorry. All right. Hellmaster, during your time of playing Resident Evil 3 Remake, your Inferno time was 1 hour and around 15 minutes, saving only twice.
Damn,
Impressive.
son.
I I personally, unless Inferno was required to like get a weapon or some sort, I'm not even sure anymore if I played it.
It is required to if you it is required you do get an achievement or trophy. And of course, it is required if you're trying to get the platinum trophy and on the PS4 version.
Right. Which is the version I have, so
Oh, you have it on PS4. Oh.
that's the one where everything is moving at like lightning speed, right?
Yeah, basically, everything's hectic. Everyone moves faster. All the enemies move faster. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I think I actually did try it. And it's just hilarious to see Nemesis be one place for a second and then be right up in your face the next. Oh my god. It's also scary. All right. Aaron Williams, what Resident Evil extra game mode is really hard to y'all? To you, Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries is really hard. Doesn't even really seem like 4 or 5 or 6 Mercenaries. No, it's more like it's more like raid mode of Revelations or the original Mercenaries in Resident Evil 3, Operation Mad Jackal.
That's what I was thinking too when I first saw the announcement of Mercenaries.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 8.
So which one is really hard to me? It's like any extra game modes, it's just not Mercenaries. Well, Extreme Battle Mode in Resident Evil 2, level 3 is pretty damn difficult. So I'm gonna go with that.
I would have to say any of the modes in 21 in Resident Evil 7 because those damn trump cards.
The Survivor Plus is really difficult. We were just watching I think Titty Blaster trying it. And he almost made it. He got fucking punked right at the end.
Twice. He got punked twice on the last opponent.
The freaking molded version of Hoffman.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. For OMG. Okay, here we go. AG22 to Feargale. Favorite Doom enemy. His is the Arachnotron.
For me, it would have to be the Baron of Hell, which I originally called the Pants Demon because in OG Doom and Doom 2, the Baron of Hell looked like a red shirtless demon just wearing pants. But it was actually, what I didn't know was that those pants are actually its skin.
Oh gosh.
It looked like it looked like he's wearing pants, only pants. It's funny. Yeah, they're hella intimidating. I mean, the Fire Barons are cool. The Fire Barons in Doom Eternal are cool too, but cool looking as the Barons of Hell and as from Doom 2016.
Ah, okay. Also, Feargale, what's your favorite Doom weapon? His is the double barrel.
So in terms of I would have to say. So, I personally like all the weapons in the OG games. I can't say much for Doom 3, but my weapon in Doom 2016 would have to be the obviously the double barrel, just because of its master upgrade, which allows you to fire the gun twice before reloading. It's also enough hearing that sound effect once then you have to reload, but it's even better hearing that awesome noise twice. And then in Doom Eternal, I think ironically my favorite weapon would have to be the chain gun, because actually, you know what? The chain gun in Doom Eternal reminds me of kind of makes me think of the Z6 rotary cannon from Star Wars.
Ooh.
because the chain gun in Doom Eternal more or less shoots like these bolts of lasers. Even though it technically still uses bullets, they come out like tracers.
That sounds amazing. Again, I've never played any of this, so what you're describing is all I can take from it. Alrighty. That was good. Let's see. Favorite. Let's see. Okay, Sonar. OMG, you were playing Resident Evil 3 yesterday, and you were worried you pulled off that glitch when you shot the zombie before it was out of the ground. So you were playing OG Resident Evil 3, and you actually pulled the glitch off that I was describing. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I don't know how I came across it. I guess because you normally wouldn't even start shooting until the zombies are out of the ground fully, because they're protected by the animation, so the shots don't register. I must have accidentally just aimed and shot one day, and I just came across it. It was a huge chance coincidence that I did, but ever since I've known about it, and every time I play through the game, I love to do it. It just gets them defeated faster anyway. Retsopolis, Rabbit. Any of the canon films from Degeneration to Infinite Darkness you could remake as a canon game, which one? Vendetta. Vendetta is my favorite CG movie, so yeah.
I would say Degeneration because it actually did get a game, but only on mobile. So
yeah.
I would like to actually made into a full-fledged game on console and PC, of course.
Yeah. It would be it would be neat.
It basically took on the same format as Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. I played the light version of that mobile app, and it was fun. They even had the melee move. You headshot and you could do a little roundhouse with Leon.
Yeah, it's a shame they didn't bother porting it.
Yeah.
So it would be nice if they remade it.
I say the same for Mercenaries 3D for the 3DS. That should have gotten a console port.
Yeah, I'll say.
All right.
Or they could just say screw it and actually make a Mercenaries Ultimate.
Sonar, you also 100%ed that game, Resident Evil 3 OG. Yeah, that's a very fun game to 100% because there's so many different events you can trigger, just like Resident Evil 1, and just collect everything. That game is really complex, honestly, because there's different enemy placements and different item placements, and yeah. It's only because of my multiple years with it was I able to depict it like I did in the full play. There you go.
I wonder, it's amazing how they were able to put all those animations and stuff in one disc.
Yeah, right.
Amazing they didn't have to. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if during the development of the game, given what they had already, they probably were gonna split into two discs. But they were able to make it so it was only on one disc.
All right. I just noticed at the bottom, AG22 says, really want to stay, but he has to go. Nice stream. Hopefully he can make it for the last Q&A. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Until next time. All right, man. See ya. Thanks for joining, dude.
Hope to see you in the last Q&A.
Yeah. All right. Back to where we were. Manu. That Resident Evil 3 Invisible Zombie ended up foreshadowing a full game mode. That's true. In Resident Evil Remake, you got Invisible Zombie mode. All right. Got a super chat coming in a second. Come on, Nail. I'm waiting for it.
Headshot.
There you go. All right. Teddy Blaster 69 with another $5 super chat. Thank you very much, man. To comment further on Resident Evil 7 Blackjack or 21 when you get to the last opponent, it seems the RNG just hard flips into its favor. It really freaking does seem like, and that's why I think it's rigged.
I think so.
And it's just completely unfair. So it was seriously depicted in your attempt, man.
Mhm.
All right. Thoughts, or no, Aaron Williams, if you could estimate when I'll finish Outbreak 1 and 2 and get to the Resident Evil 4 playthrough, when would I get to it? Also, not trying to rush you or offend you, just asking. I get you, man. Outbreak File 1, technically, in terms of regular playthroughs, I'm finished already. I just need to edit that final playthrough and get it uploaded. And then I gotta do a lot of the extra stuff for the epilogue bonus video and shit. Like, I do want to show all the SP item locations. I want to, any remaining cutscenes that we haven't seen, all the other endings to Decisive Decisions, because there's more than what I've been showing. That's just the best ending. There's also the sad ending and sort of the the unfortunate ending.
Sad and unfortunate. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, you'll see. And then here's the thing. After that, I'm not getting on to Outbreak File 2 immediately. I'm starting a second remaking era, which is going to put the full plays on hiatus for who knows how long, man. So I'm sorry to say, it could be months or years before we get done with Outbreak File 2. Let alone Resident Evil 4. I can't wait to get on to 4, though, because that'll finally be the end of the Outbreak shenanigans, and it'll start feeling like a regular game again.
The bright side, at least with RE 4 and 5, you only gotta play through them once.
Yeah.
Unless.
Alrighty. AG22, thoughts on Red Velvet Cake? That's fine. It's all right. I prefer fudge over red velvet.
Same here.
Sonar 617 in the Resident Evil 1 remake and in Rev 2. Yeah. The invisible zombie mode. Yeah, or whatever, invisible enemy. Also, AG22, thoughts on lemon cake if you've had any. I don't think I've ever had lemon cake. I would try it, honestly, because I like lemon-esque stuff, but Fair Girl's reaction.
This doesn't sound good. How do you add something sour to something sweet?
Red Sopolis down at the bottom. He's like, whoop, Shank remakes, XD. I know, man. Yeah, that's something a lot of people have wanted for a long time. The OG trilogy of weapon reviews, it so needs a touch up, and it's gonna be so awesome. I'm gonna put so much effort into it, and they're going to completely floor the old versions. You have no idea. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure to update my my headshots thing.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. If anyone's curious, normally when I remake old videos like that, I would then delete the old videos off the regular channel and put it onto the TGS Classics channel. However, for these OG weapon reviews, I think I'm gonna let them stay on the channel because they're too ingrained into my history. I would feel very bad if I deleted them off the main channel, honestly.
I wouldn't. Not even especially the OG trilogy.
I would just make it a point, like in parentheses or quotations, that they're obsolete once I remake them. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Aaron Williams, favorite soda. Sunkissed orange soda. Or actually Shasta Tiki Punch. There you go. These headphones kill after a while.
I'm not the only one who thinks that about headphones. I guess they're not padded enough.
No, they're not, honestly. The other headset I once had, which was like red and black, those were much better, honestly. But
They
those were
look better.
those were
That's
actually
for
gens,
sure.
so that's why they're not here anymore.
Huh.
So now, Sonar. That now brings another question to your mind. You guys ever had Resident Evil themed food? I have not. That would be
I don't know
interesting
what
to
would
try,
be on a
though.
Jill sandwich without Jill, but
It's like, what food is Resident Evil themed other than the Jill sandwich, and then
oh,
weigh
Chris,
in.
the steak that Chris and Piers have.
Oh, you're right. Actually, you are right.
But, yeah, that too. I forgot about that. That was kind of poignant in RE6 in Chris's campaign.
And then I was gonna say the disgusting shit the bakers have in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Oh, damn, you're right. Ugh.
You want some bugs for breakfast or something like that? Oh my god. All right. AG22 favorite Fanta soda flavor and least favorite. Well, my favorite is orange, the classic. Whatever. See, I know there's a yellow one, and then there's the grape flavored one. The grape is all right. I don't know what the yellow is. Is it just lemon or something like that? But I would go with that one, the yellow flavored one, for my least favorite. Yeah.
I never drank Fanta.
All right. Manu Shank, as in me, doesn't know his memes. What a boomer. LOL, just kidding. I don't know
Some
either.
nerve.
Yeah. It's like, before I really understood what memes were, I whenever that question was asked to me, it was one of the much older ones. It was called the mighty Velociraptor. It was just a Velociraptor scratching his chin, basically. And there was a mind-boggling question associated with it or something. There's also, of course, the still shot of freaking Keanu Reeves' character from what's the famous duo movie with him and someone else, Bill and Ted, where he's just looking dazed at the camera. He's like, something like that. Okay. Sonar, the only one you can think of off the top of your head is "This is fine" meme. This is fine.
Picture of a dog with his house is on fire, but his whole house is on fire. He's still in the room. And
Wow.
and then but that's when he says, "This is fine."
Oh man. AG22's favorite film he saw was the recent Uncharted movie. Yeah. So Sonar, Morbius isn't in the MCU, he thinks. It's just Sony Universe.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought it was. Okay, I heard Morbius was a Marvel movie, but I didn't know it wasn't a part of the MCU.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like a standalone, similar to like, the original Spider-Man trilogy or just the Hulk movie or Fantastic Four, those types of movies. Okay, but yeah. He mentioned Multiverse of Madness though. Oh, I know. Trust me. I know that's in the MCU and that's the one I'm looking forward to the most now.
Yeah, but you think Marvel Studios wants to work with Sony on these sort of things in the future?
I feel like at some point it needs to become an acquisition of some sort, or they like what they did with Fox or something like that. Was that MCU or was that Disney? But point is, yeah, Sony. Oh, I thought they already cleared that up, like with No Way
There was
Home
a deal There was actually a deal regarding Spider-Man between Marvel and Sony. It came to the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
There was a deal between those two, but I think it was just in regards to those movies in particular.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I was actually getting confused with Universal because they made the the Incredible Hulk. And I didn't know if there was a situation with that and why there hasn't been a standalone Hulk movie since. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Retsopolis, it sucks when you are at that point where you can't love everything and instead just pick a few things you care about and move on. Yeah, I suppose. Chrono, Defying Ninja, to both of us. If we could have one specific blade to a knife only run on the entire series, what would it be and why? I would want a blade with a serrated edge, because of that grindy, shredding action that the knife would perform.
I was thinking along the lines of the karambit knife.
That is a good one, honestly.
Pretty sure that one has a slightly serrated blade.
Yeah. And it's like just demonstrating it in my weapon review. It completely took me by surprise. It's power compared to the regular knife, of course. So, yeah, that is a good example. AG22, thoughts on Kinder Bueno chocolate? Kinder Bueno chocolate. I don't even know what that is, honestly.
might be a new kind of Kinder egg.
Oh,
I don't know. I never heard of it.
Yeah, I can't really say much on that. All right, Hellmaster went to work. See y'all in 6 to 7 hours from now. Will you? Oh, that's just your shift, I guess. But yeah. No, I'm gonna be doing something completely different by that time. AG22, don't talk about Sony and Nintendo. Wyatt will get mad. Yeah, the clown. Almost forgot. Feargale, have you played Doom 64?
I have played Brutal Doom 64. It was made by the same developer that had made Brutal Doom. But I do have Doom 64 on Steam and PS4. I've yet to play those.
There you go. Aaron Williams, tips for Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries double S rank. You gotta maintain that combo and you gotta go fast. It's the best. That's overall what it is. That's what you gotta do. You gotta memorize the map and the most optimal routes, and you gotta hit those blue orbs, and you gotta hope for the speed boosts. The speed boosts really make it much easier to maintain that combo.
Thankfully, the speed boost can be stacked.
True, I love it when that happens. And then beyond that, I tend to avoid the health ones, like that help you with health. Like I save those for last. I always hone in on the speed and the power ones first, just to make it overall easier. The ones where enemies explode also is a real helper. So yeah, it's a combination of all those factors. There you go. All right. Aaron Williams, cats or dogs? Dogs, ultimately, unfortunately.
I mean, well, considering the dog I have right now, Lucy, she's a bit of a dumbass. Because, well, she's still a puppy, but she has yet to learn much. So, for me right now, it's cats.
Okay. Yeah, I just go with dogs, ultimately, because they're a lot more faithful to their human owners, and yeah, cats can be assholes sometimes. Alright, Chrono Defying Ninja. Sega Master System Mark II was your first console. Thoughts on if they ever released an 8-bit retro Resident Evil title on modern consoles for the LOLs? Well, if that, in that sense, that would be like Resident Evil Gaiden being re-released on a home console or something like that, which I would find hilarious, and I would give it the time of day. But yeah, for the LOLs, that's exactly what it would be for. I would be endorsed to that. Oh my god, like, one of the most requested things in the Resident Evil community right now, though, is the OG trilogy being re-released on modern consoles in a collection pack, which would be freaking awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would give the newer generation a real fleeting chance on playing those classic games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing what the foundation of the franchise is about.
Damn straight, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Right now, the only way you can do it is through emulation. Or, like, maybe the PlayStation Network at best. But, yeah. Alright. AG22, best Resident Evil 4 weapon exclusive and the worst one. For me, it's the hand cannon. It's exclusive because it puts the firepower to 99.9 and it gives you infinite ammo at the same time. So it's almost a 2-in-1 deal. The worst exclusive for me personally is the Punisher's exclusive. It just makes the piercing rate to 5 enemies instead of just 2. What do you think, Fair Guy?
Oh, I don't really have favorite exclusives other than the hand cannon.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, Fairgal, what inspired me to get into skateboarding? Growing up with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Manu agreed with Fairgal, the rocket pistol is just lame. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to catch up, but we're about like 40 minutes behind on the chat, so we'll have quite a bit of a catch-up period. Sonar, they should have made the rocket pistol one-hit kill for basic enemies and a quick finisher for bosses, honestly. Instead, it was just a waste of time. Yeah. Agreed. Ratsopolis Rabbit, Varkolak may be your favorite creature, and it's disappointing we never saw its mutation. Oh man, that would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm. You ever actually no. No, actually we do get to witness a liquor mutating into a more mutated form of one from the Resident Evil 2002 movie.
Yeah, that's true.
And we also do get to sort of see a zombie turning into a liquor in Outbreak.
Yeah. Aaron Williams, favorite Resident Evil 7 DLC. You love the basement one. You think it's called Nightmare. Yeah, I think you're right. Favorite 7 DLC, all included, would be End of Zoe for me.
Same here.
Yeah. Sonar 617, maybe it's for the best because the story of its mutation is gruesome enough. Alex Santos, what's your favorite enemies? Nemesis is one of my favorite, like, all-time tyrants or bosses in general. As much as I hate them when I'm actually going against them, the Hunter is one of my favorite, like, harder, like, above casual enemy, but not a boss. There you go.
For me, it's definitely Nemesis, as well as the Lickers.
There you go. Chrono-defying ninja to both of us. Favorite Hunter decapitation you've experienced from any game? Resident Evil 3 Nemesis OG has one of the cleanest, like, decapitations there. So, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I have not experienced any Hunter decapitations during my time playing the classic games. Because, well, I mean, mostly I've been playing the first game. I have to find myself a fresh new copy of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Sonar 617, instant KO, Ivy wins. Talking about the Resident Evil 2 thing, Extreme Battle. Also, Sonar, another question for both of us. Favorite game franchise besides Resident Evil? Tekken.
I mean, I would say Horizon, but there's only like 2 games made for it, so it's not much of a franchise. But Tetris.
There you go. Thanks for the laugh, Fear Gale, AG said. And then he said, it's actually so cool that you're a Tetris enthusiast. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Man, oh, geez, that's a lot of Tetris. Nice. And now the jingle is playing in his head. I know, right? All right. Chrono Defying Ninja to both of us. Billy back for lead role and main series title. What's the story and who do you want as supporting cast? I want Billy to come back in general, but to get the main role, that would be pretty interesting, actually. Supporting cast, I mean, if we're talking about established characters, then you gotta throw Rebecca in there somehow. That would be such an awesome reunion.
Yeah, it would be.
Other than that, I can't really say because Billy is only in one game, so there's not a lot of characters you could draw from. Well, I guess you can throw in any character you want, actually, because it's like, you know, Vendetta is the first time Rebecca and Leon were in the same, you know, film or media. But I don't know if they were in this. Yeah, they were in the same room, too. So Rebecca actually met Leon, so that's cool. So, yeah, any character could do. So in that sense, I would love Billy to meet up with either Leon or Chris. Like, I think they would be a lot similar in a lot of aspects. Like, Billy's not much of a roided up tough guy like Chris, but he is more agile like Leon. So I think that would be a cool meetup. Billy and Leon.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
If you think about it, he's kind of a bit of a blend between a bit of a blend of Chris and Leon. He's got a good build, but he's also agile.
And he has the military background.
That too.
Yep. Cool. All right. There was Titty Blaster's $10 super chat. Hey, nice. Retsopolis, you personally feel like Capcom should have slowed down on development instead of just trying to make yearly games. Yeah, that for all we know, that's probably what got the fan base all riled up, and now they're impatient as fuck for the new content. I think it's worth waiting for new content because that gives them more time to development. You don't want another rushed product like freaking Resident Evil 3 Remake. It's like I'm with the fan base in the terms of like they need to make a director's cut of 3 Remake, but constantly nagging about it is a different thing. All right. Hey, Fire Mario. Hello, Nico and Roman. Want to play some bowling? Unfortunately, I'm not sure what that's referencing.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
So, okay.
So most of the time you'll be bothered by Roman, Nico's brother, or cousin, and he'll ask, Nico, let's go bowling.
I did play 4 a few times, like when a friend let me borrow it or something, but I just sandboxed. I didn't actually play the regular game, really. And Fire Mario, I guess, didn't know about Ashley Graham being voiced by the same actress who did Sandy. He's like, what? Sonar, you say you're Dirty Dan.
What reference?
Oh, man. Feels so good to know there's fellow SpongeBob fans around you, Aaron Williams. Yeah, right. It is one of my favorite cartoons of all time, so.
I'll say.
It's my favorite Nickelodeon, for sure. That is Nickelodeon, right?
Of course it is.
Okay, I obviously, yeah.
Who else would be hosting an awesome show?
Yeah. Chrono Define. Oh yeah, I already read that. That was what you said, like how you're associated with my channel. Cool. Sonar 617. No matter the age, SpongeBob is great. True that. Ratsopolis Rabbit. You were watching my older gameplay for practice. Still amazed that I could do so much to get under 2 hours. Yeah. Fire Mario Fatality. in terms of the Raiden when we were talking about it. Titty Blaster 69, to comment further on the pistols for Resident Evil 4, you would like to see further caliber diversity instead of them all being chambered in 9mm. Yeah, for real weapon gun buffs, you know, that would be interesting to see, like all those different calibers and whatnot.
We did have some caliber diversity in Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, like more later
Weapons
games.
had- True.
Definitely did do that a little bit, but even more diversified. Like you had a whole line of pistols, and what if all of them chambered like a different round? That would be interesting.
I don't know, that'd be great. That'd be interesting. Of course, you gotta take into account what damage they'll put out.
True that. That would add further detail though to the weapon reviews. All right. The Aaron Williams, what is one thing you would like to see change? I would like to see change about one of the special weapons in Resident Evil 4 Remake. You hope the PRL will just make enemies explode in very special detail. That is a really good concept. Special weapons in Resident Evil 4 Remake. So that's like the Matilda, the Mine Thrower, the Well, if they bring the Matilda back, I would love the ability to separate the stock from it to where it's just the VP-70 alone or something like that.
Same here.
Yeah, that would be cool. Then it would really feel like classic Leon wielding his gun again. Let me see. The Mine Thrower, lose the fucking scope. That was completely unnecessary. And instead of making the exclusive featured auto trace, like, how about double or not triple the blast radius of the Mine Thrower? That would be pretty awesome. There's some thoughts right there. Fire Mario, the water room in Resident Evil 4 was the first difficult part on professional mode for you. See? So, it's not all that difficult until that point. Just opinion, but yeah. Chrono Defying Ninja, Scotland. So that's where you reside. Sick. The Scottish. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Retsopolis, after looking at Chrono's comment, do I appreciate that I have so many people out of the country watching? Seems like an honor. Oh, yeah. The fact that I've hit global proportions is amazing. So, yeah. I am so happy and glad to live in such a time to where humankind has that capability. Yeah. Alright. Chrono Defying Ninja. Chimera and Liquor in same game, same room. Who is more annoying to dodge and kill with no damage? Honestly, probably the Chimera, because the Liquor you can avoid if you're just quiet. But I know, as soon as you shoot a gun off, they're going to be on you like freaking candy. But the Chimera is just overall more formidable because they could get you from behind, they could cut your throat, and yeah, I'll go with the Chimera, honestly. The Chimera is not a creature a lot of people even know about because it's specific to Resident Evil 1 and the remake of it. Alright. Sonar 617. Honestly, you can see why Tofu has more health than a human because he is good, and because apparent he is enough tofu to feed around 250 plus people. Zombies take advantage of that. Yeah, there you go. That's why. I love Resident Evil 2 Remake where when he gets damaged, it has bits of him taken off. That makes a lot more sense.
That's a nice detail. I like that.
And I love how they have different kinds of tofu, too. You know, like the flan, for example.
Add more replayability.
All right. AG22, did the timer go off? You were gone for a bit. No, but we are getting close to the end. We have a little over 11 minutes left. All right. Cool. All right. Manu, you can tell that I don't need to beat Inferno in Resident Evil 3 Remake for any bonus weapon. Okay, good. You have unlocked them all without going beyond hardcore since they're obtained through points. Okay, so I probably still did play Inferno, though, for the extra points for the store. Because it does give you that, right? It gives you a reward in, like, store points, CP or BP, whatever it's called in Resident Evil 3 Remake. Yeah, which they carried over into Village, which I kind of like. Yeah. Retsopolis Rabbit, do you think we'll see the traitors again, such as Nikolai, Jessica, Raymond? Well, Nikolai is debatable because I think technically he's dead. But you just left him for dead in the city, so yeah, I guess people can speculate if they want. And in Resident Evil 3 OG, you can cause an event where he does leave the city. But
I thought him leaving the city was canon.
No, I'm pretty sure shooting his chopper down is canon.
Really?
Yeah.
I was always told it was the other way. I was always told him leaving the city was canon. Oh, but then again, wasn't there wasn't that message from him in Resident Evil Survivor? Like,
oh, okay, and see that's why it's debatable, and it's like we don't know for sure. It's like there's conflicting events, especially now when Resident Evil 3 Remake, you leave him for dead. So it's like how in the hell can he escape at that point? Because the missile hit pretty much just minutes after they took off. So yeah, I don't see him surviving that. But yeah, he's just a debate. But the other characters you mentioned, whose was that? Retsopolis, Jessica, Raymond. Yeah, they're definitely still alive somewhere, most likely. And I want to see a follow-up on both of them, considering they're the last two characters you see at the end of Revelations 1. A follow-up is due, honestly. So, and see, Tricell was dissolved after that point, so what happened to them? Sonar, you just bought the unlock key for Resident Evil 3 Remake. Yeah, you're weak. Oh, so it's like the unlock all thing, basically, to where you don't have to go through the pain to unlock it yourself. It's all good, dude. They put that there for a reason. There are people that just can't shoulder the response, that can't handle that. It is too difficult for some people. I can understand that, so that's why it's there. There's no shame in that. So, also, Sonar, you did get the rocket launcher before that, though. Okay, good. So you did unlock something for yourself. So you should feel at least a bit sense of pride. So, all right, Alex Santos, what are your favorite? We already answered that. Favorite enemies. Fairgale, in terms of skateboarding legends, who did I look up to? Tony Hawk.
I should have figured, but you had said that after I put in the question.
Oh, okay. All right. AG22's last question before it goes, which he's probably already long gone. You have to go, sadly. Favorite Nesquik flavor? His is strawberry. Same. Strawberry.
Never had Nesquik.
It definitely tastes cheaper than other more popular like syrups or powders or something like that. Chocolate to me is kind of gross. It makes me gag, or it doesn't
really.
It doesn't sit well in my stomach for some reason. Like Hershey,
like Ovaltine.
Yeah, like Ovaltine or Hershey's chocolate syrup or something like that. All right. Retsopolis, Resident Evil 4, do you know what's moving in the bag? I have no idea. I've always wondered that. What the fuck is that thing?
That's up to our imagination.
Honestly. Ada doesn't want anything to do with it. Alright, AG22, really want to say we have to go. Oh yeah, so I did read that. I did notice it at the bottom when you left, so we're all good there. Sonar, my channel did help you a lot while first playing the OG games. You don't know if you would be as good as you are now without them. That's really nice to say, man. I appreciate that. The fact that I have helped people also is just uh it multiply it
Be
not
right back.
no all good. It multiplies the honor I feel for doing everything that I do by far. So yeah, I appreciate that. Exponentiates. That's the word I was trying to use. It exponentiates the amount of honor I feel because it's just ugh. It means what I'm doing is for a good cause and people appreciate it. And the haters can just go to hell. Also Sonar and CAG22. Yeah. All right. Retsopolis Rabbit. Not to hypothesize, you always imagined that Sadler was former Euro Umbrella, and that's how he revived Las Plagas. Not sure if that's what Remake will do, though. That's an interesting theory or concept. Yes, Sonar. Well, Lucas won't allow a fair game. That's true, and he's a dick. Lucas grinds my gears big time. He's in my bottom 5 of least favorite characters, to be honest. Just talking about Sonar's comment. He said, "Well, Lucas won't allow a fair game," and so I'm like,
I know that.
yeah. And because of that, he's a dick in my eyes. And like I said, he grinds my gears, and he's in my bottom 5 characters of the series. All right. That's Lucas for you, Titty Blaster said. Yep. Manu, yeah, that 21 stuff. When you did Survival Plus, the last guy is just bullshit. You had him on the ropes for a huge shock and a guaranteed win, and then he just cancels the whole round. Shake your head. Yep, exactly. Yep, and then we got the remake comments. Honestly, can't wait for those remakes. Hello, ex Alucard Helsing, what's up? What about cheesecake? Cheesecake is good.
That Cheesecake Factory stuff.
Ooh, gonna get another super chat in a second. I'll not wait for it exactly. You do what you have to do. Feargale, have I ever played 21 in real life? Oh yeah, I love blackjack. So yeah. And I've actually played it in a casino.
Okay.
All right. Sonar, what reviews are you going to make remakes out of exactly? The OG games and such? Exactly. Like the OG weapon reviews and other things. All right, there's the super chat. Titty Blaster 69, $10. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. End stream super chat question. William Birkin, third form, either remake or OG versus Alexia Ashford. Let's see, third form. So that's when he basically has all of his claws, but he's not like a dog yet. He's not like crawling yet. So that's one of the more formidable ones, honestly. I would have to go. See, Alexia, it's tough because she has multiple forms too. Her initial mutation, where she's still like humanoid but just has flame ability and has a plant for a head, she can't really do much with that form. And then she has her the worst form, in my opinion, where she's just stuck on a plant pod and she could just whack you with her tentacle and throw fireballs at you, maybe. That's about it. And then her final form, where she's actually a flying insect and has the advantage with air and, distance. So, all that considered, that is tough for me, honestly.
Birkin can climb up can still latch onto walls in his third form.
You're true that, so
and he could just easily climb up a wall and just try and go out of the air.
That is a good point. I'm not sure how much fire will do against him. I mean, because The worst
Well, it's
thing.
clear that he's rather tough, so fire doesn't seem to do like too much on him.
All right. All right. So yeah, I'm ultimately gonna go with Birkin. We'll win that fight. Yeah. Alrighty then.
Interesting you'd ask that question, considering how they act, how Birkin and Alexia actually did have a rivalry in their reality.
So to continue with Sonar's question, because I shortly answered it. So yeah, the OG weapon reviews of the trilogy are gonna get dealt with first, and then it's basically a complete overhaul of a bunch of weapon reviews and melee reviews if they apply.
Nice.
And pretty much every game I've full played already will be touched up upon, except Code Veronica, because currently anyway, we already have the most definitive version, and I already did a weapon review using that version. It's the HD port to the 360 and the PS3. That is the best version we have right now. Until someone makes a mod or something to where they completely redo the textures or the backgrounds or something like that, I won't worry about that game. Remake and Zero. Regardless, I've already... Oh, that's the timer going off, so no more questions, everyone. So, Titty Blaster's Super Chat was the last canonical question, so I'll do the one above that, which was Chrono's A Net OG versus Remake. Who is better? That will be the last question, alright? But anyway, continuing with Sonar, yeah, Remake and Zero, regardless... I've made weapon reviews for those games the most amount of times out of any other game. I've made those 3 times, and I will go back and do them for a 4th time, because we'll have 4K at 60 frames per second rendition now that I got my hands on the Steam versions. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. You went on a real shopping spree.
Oh yeah. Capcom had a publishing sale on Steam specifically last month, and a ton of their stuff was on extreme sale, 50% or more. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm jumping on that. I spent about $145 on 15 games. It's well worth it, in my opinion. Alrighty. So that's what the remake era will be about. I won't have a full-scale game plan necessarily. I just know what I'm going to be starting with. Alright. Sonar, you and your brother has... I'm not sure what that's in response to, but...
I think he means they've also played 21 in real life. Maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably there. Alright, Retsopolis, Deadly Silence. If I ever get to that game, which I will, you won't complain if I keep it to 1 playthrough instead of 8, showing the differences between it and Director's Cut. That is kind of the plan. I'm not going to play that game 8 times all over again just to see the same endings.
Oh my god. No offense in terms of full playing, but no. We already went through.
Here's the thing though. I will play it at least twice because there's 2 different characters again, but more so because there's 2 different modes. There's the classic mode where it plays out normally, like the OG game, sort of, and then there's the rebirth mode, which utilizes the DS's second screen, and there's the special knife cutscene or challenge in certain rooms. So yeah.
Well, you obviously play for best endings.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm only going to go for the best ending in terms of canonicity and event triggering.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We won't be on that for long.
No, not nearly as long. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 times at most would I play that game. And plus, that's a classic game that I know the back of my hand, so it's not like each playthrough would take super long. It would only take 2 hours or something like that each playthrough. Alright. Chrono Defying Ninja. What deleted item would I put back in for any game in series and why? maybe Dum Dum rounds for the earlier games, or for the very first game. Apparently, there were going to be Dum Dum rounds that were enhanced Magnum Python rounds or something like that.
Actually, I heard they were going to deal less damage.
I don't know, honestly. I just, well, it would have made the numeric value from green to orange. So that's why I would have assumed it would have been a power upgrade, not a degrade. But let me see.
That's what I had heard.
Resident Evil Dum Dum rounds.
Is from what I have heard from Lotus Prince, he said that they were excluded, they were deleted from the game because they actually did less damage than real Magnum rounds.
Okay, so the Dum Dum bullets was an item planned to be used in the original Resident Evil. While the expanding bullet failed to make it into the game, the avatar was reused for the Magnum ammunition. It was to be used with the Colt Python. In early versions of the game, the animation could be found with the aid of editing data values or using a cheat device. Okay, you are right. The altered rounds did less damage than the standard rounds against many BOWs, but increased damage to zombies and some bosses.
Okay, that makes a little more sense, honestly.
Which is funny because now the final product, if you use the Python as a zombie, you're just gonna explode its head instantly. Okay. Let me see. There was also a cut weapon from Resident Evil 2. It was gonna be like the Calico or something like that. Which you can actually exploit its model if you mod Leon's scenario to carry Claire's Colt SSA or SAA. But yeah, you could actually see the model. So yeah, little things like that. I don't really know much of cut content beyond that. So yeah.
So for me, so what I would like to see, it's a tie between either the Auto Mag in Code Veronica or the M500 in Outbreak.
Ah.
Yes, apparently, according to Kendo's gun shop, Code Veronica was going to have two Magnums, the Python and the Auto Mag. I think.
There you go.
There was a thing that was the Automag, so Code Veronica almost had the Automag, so it wouldn't have been the first time we would see the Automag.
And now we're getting into some comments about the Resident Evil themed food. There's the liquor milkshake, Alucard said. Then Ratsopoulos, the stuff from 7. Hey, that's Louisiana gumbo.
Oh, it looks painted.
Manu's like Resident Evil themed food. Maybe an umbrella shaped cake of cream and strawberry sounds tasty. Ooh, that would be pretty dope, actually. Yellow is lemon. Fire Mario clarified for Sunkissed or Fanta. Yeah. All right. Sonar just re-released Gaiden on modern consoles on April Fool's Day. LOL. That would be funny, actually. Manu, all right, your fan wants you to help for something now, so you're going to be hopping on. All right, so you're probably long gone now. Have a great time. See you on Discord in the last Q&A next month. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. All right. Ratsopoulos, since it's slowing down, did most of 7's DLC feel like throwaway? The card game in particular, you only played it once. Yeah, that and maybe the Daughters, was it called? Something like that?
Yeah, Daughters DLC.
Yeah. I think both of those
you
were...
thought that was throwaway. Surprised.
Yeah. It's like Bedroom and Nightmare. Well, Nightmare is more of a minigame. It's not really a canon DLC, you could say. So actually, I take that back. Not Daughters, but Nightmare, I think, could be a throwaway. And there was a harder version called Night Terror, I believe, or something like that.
And you know what? I don't think 21 is much of a throwaway because you know what I think. You know what I think actually happened. I think shortly before Clancy was put in that room, in that puzzle room. I think shortly before he was actually playing a game of 21 against Hoffman.
Oh.
After he managed to beat Hoffman and Lucas, Lucas decided to do a different game with him. Decided to place him in that puzzle room where he would eventually get killed.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the
And
actual
basically,
event.
most of the DLC explains to us Clancy's journey throughout the Baker estate, starting with bedroom.
Yeah. At the bottom, someone came in, a heretic anthem. Sorry, dude. The Q&A timer expired, so I'm actually done answering questions beyond what will be the last question I answer. So sorry, I won't answer that. But anyway, let's see, Chrono Defying Ninja to both of us. Any character we wish they never killed off? Luis Serra, Steve Burnside, yeah.
Here's Nivens. He really should. I could tell from the look on Chris's face, he really didn't want to see him go.
Yeah, seriously.
I think he should have deserved to live because of how determined he was. As a matter of fact, if anything were to happen to Chris, we could go through Pierce's story from then on.
All right, Aaron Williams, best OP character duo, Leon and Chris, easy. Well, yeah. Redsopolis Rabbit. On the topic of SpongeBob, have we ever checked out that battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated? You haven't. I don't even know about that. As much as I love SpongeBob, I didn't watch it in its entirety. Some memorable episodes here and there that I've seen for years, but I don't know like every episode of SpongeBob.
I might, because I know I watched a shitload of it. And also, the rehydrated part of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is actually a way of telling you that, hey, this game is a remake.
Right. What? Bruno Borges, whatever. Yeah. Resident Evil 1 Remake is the best survival horror experience in the series and of all games that are horror themed. I agree. That is the best game to like especially start with if you've never played the franchise. Yeah, Remake. Yeah. Survival horror experience. It really is one of the best. Yeah. Redsopolis Rabbit. Which of the 5 tofu did I enjoy? Flan is my favorite because she has the most OG weaponry. All right. OP, not OG. Sonar 617. You know that tofu fact because of the ink ribbon video, LOL, and you meant to say food. Right. I watched that recently myself. You retracted a message, Feargale, apparently.
Oh, that was me asking which videos in particular remake.
Ah, okay.
Before Sonar had asked. Then when I saw, I deleted that question.
Gotcha. Speaking of Sonar, he means such escapes have happened in Resident Evil, so he could have found another chopper before the missile hit. Speculation. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure I heard that theory before.
Bruno Borges, why didn't Resident Evil 8 have a DLC? It's too early to say that it didn't. It just doesn't, is more accurate. But it could, potentially. Yeah. Very potentially. Chrono Defying Ninja to both of us. Resident Evil 3 Remake. DLC to insert Barry back in the game with him playable as secret character working in background without Jill knowing. Thoughts? Absolutely. You need to put Barry back into that game. That's one of the cut things that was a huge cut to the heart, honestly. Mm-hmm. So, absolutely. I'm all for that. All right. And Sonar is glad to help with the honor of me, like, being able to touch pretty much on global proportions. So, yeah. And here's the official last question of this Q&A. Annette OG versus Remake. Who is better? OG, honestly, she looks a lot more normal. The Remake just looks like a battered housewife that I don't like.
She just did not give a shit.
Yeah.
Unlike her OG counterpart, Annette felt so remorse when Annette was dying. She felt nothing but remorse for how poorly she had treated Sherry over the years.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, people, that is going to end this Q&A. Hope you all enjoyed. It was a really solid one, no doubt. Thankfully, my voice isn't killing me like it could sometimes, but yeah. And a decent catch-up period. My eyes, oh yeah, they are doing a lot better, dude. Actually, thankfully. It's pretty much gone. And yeah. So nothing to do now but to really anticipate and look forward to the next and final Q&A. Because if you didn't get the memo already, what I'm going to do for that one is I'm going to feature basically my entire Discord server or a voice channel within, and anyone and everyone who participates during the 5 hours I plan to do that Q&A. That is going to be a 5-hour long Q&A. And as for the time it starts, I have votes in for a poll that I did recently on both YouTube and Discord. Unfortunately, only 2 people answered on the YouTube spectrum, so the majority, like, Discord is gonna get the final time. But yeah, I'll be dropping that pretty shortly here, probably either within the next several hours or couple days or something like that, because I got enough votes to have a sure answer of what it's gonna be. So, yep. So look forward to all that. I hope to see all of you there, whether you're just participating like you are here or actually in the Q&A on Discord if you care to join that server if you haven't already. So yeah, all right guys, so let's end this. This is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me and Fairgale on our social media down there below. And we will see you in the next and final Q&A. Peace out.